Hi, Taurus Sun and Rising. Welcome to your December 2021 Astro Update. It's Raina here. Well, this is a pretty eventful month. Sometimes when I compile these lists, there's just like not that many transits happening. I think that happened a couple of months ago. And then sometimes I'm surprised on that end. Well, this month we do get our bang for our buck because there's a lot going on. The big story is that we're having the last eclipse in Sagittarius, which is a solar eclipse. And we have the solstice, which is in an earth sign, so it's very compatible with Taurus. And Venus retrograde is also in Capricorn, like the solstice is. Oh, and Venus is Taurus's ruler, so there's that as well. So yeah, a lot going on. On the first of the month, Neptune goes direct. Neptune has been retrograding. It's been retrograde for I think almost 6 months, since June, if I'm not mistaken. And so Neptune is in its own sign of Pisces. For Taurus, this is the 11th house of hopes and wishes. I have Taurus rising. And the 11th house of hopes and wishes, it's also the house of gains. And Neptune can have when it's direct, can have kind of it's like fairy dust sprinkled all over your house that it's transiting in. So suffice it to say, it can make, or it has been making, Taurus people maybe kind of starry-eyed about things that they would like to have come true. Taurus being an earth sign tends, like all earth signs, to be practical and pragmatic and, realistic, right? And that's all well and good. That certainly has its place. But when you're trying to make something happen that is especially a stretch for you, if it's, something that you've never done before, or if you're really going for it, big time, then you have to suspend disbelief. You have to be able to truly believe that something is possible for you. And I really do believe that a lot of people who don't achieve what they want to achieve, part of the reason why is that they're allowing their worldly side to dominate. And that side of themselves can be quite a naysayer. They may think that they're just being practical, but actually they may be kind of playing old tapes that were put on them by other people who didn't achieve their dreams. So you have to be very careful about seeing the difference between pragmatism and cynicism. So the reason I'm saying this is that Neptune has been in this area for Taurus for about almost 12 years now. 10 years. I think February will be 10 years. And that's when it entered the sign of Pisces. So I just want to make it clear that it depends on, and I'm speaking specifically of Taurus rising. Like I said, I have this, but at a late degree. It depends on what your 11th house cusp is, because not everybody's going to experience a transit during the same time frame. And so anyway, Neptune retrograding can really bring out the more realistic side of whatever is going on. And that can even come across as disillusionment. Some dream that you had maybe in the last 6 months has seemed unattainable or impractical or something like that. And you've kind of given up on it, or you've just really poked a lot of holes in it. Now that Neptune is going direct, it can give you more idealism about this. The 11th house is also your friendships, and the same thing goes for that. You may have been disillusioned by friends, and now things are better on that front. On the 4th, we have the solar eclipse at 12 degrees of Sag. Sag for Taurus is the 8th house. And the 8th house is the house that deals with the occult, death, transformation. And the occult can be a way for a person. It can be a vehicle for transformation for some people too. And other people's money. Did I say that already? How this can manifest is, in the 8th house can be the shadow. And so I could see like the solar eclipse here really bringing that up for some Taurus people, where you're face to face with some of the most difficult aspects of you. And this is because the solar eclipse can bring this to light. The sun and the moon are in tandem, and they're in this house of transformation. Now, this can be a real eye-opening kind of experience if you allow it to be, but some people don't want to accept whatever it is that is represented by this revelation. They may feel very threatened by it, especially if they have not delved into themselves very much. This can be the phoenix rising from the ashes. This is a powerful new moon. So this can be kind of like a rebirth on steroids. And some Taurus people may feel like they are going through quite a lot of changes, because in November, Taurus has the lunar eclipse in their sign. And I'm saying has like it's in the future because I'm recording this in the first part of November. So it is in the future. So these two transits, the first house and the 8th house, they're both concerning the self, but one is the outer and one is the inner. So it's very interesting. On the 13th, Mars goes into Sagittarius. So you got Mars in that house as well. Mars can be very probing in the 8th house. Really, I was going to say hell-bent on uncovering secrets. There's just something ferocious, but it's an inner process. So it could be, if you get glimpses about something during that solar eclipse, maybe not exactly on the 4th. We never should be attached to the dates of eclipses. But, within a month before, a month afterwards, Mars in this house can give this sense of intensity in terms of trying to get to the bottom of something, trying to uncover something. The 8th house can be what lies beneath. And Mars is very like digging. On the same date, Mercury goes into Capricorn, and that's a fellow Earth sign, and that is the ninth house. We're going to see a lot of transits in the ninth house, and this is probably one of the first ones. Of course, Pluto has been transiting your ninth house, Taurus, so there's already that. So Mercury in the ninth house could be speaking to universities for some reason if you plan on attending. I almost think of the exact opposite. With Mars going into your eighth house, you might be devouring occult material, metaphysics, or what have you. Maybe the contact with the university is to quit and to say, I decided I'm not interested in studying that. I want to study astrology or the tarot or something like that. Mercury in the ninth house could be getting a passport ready, some kind of documents, because you're going to be traveling overseas, far away. It could be talking to somebody from another country, another culture. On the 18th, we have a full moon at 27 degrees of Gemini. Gemini is your second house of earned income, Taurus. So that could be a financial boost or a possibility of one. Full moons can bring something into fruition. And certainly if you've been working towards something and you finally are seeing the fruits of your labor, that could be it. Something along those lines. You may be quitting a source of income. Conceiving, like I said, it's a fertile time. It could be conceiving of a type of income, another income stream. The next day on the 19th, Venus goes retrograde. And this is at 26 degrees of Capricorn. And this is significant because Venus's transit through a sign is 3.5 weeks, like Mercury. So it's very quick. And when it retrogrades, it slows down. But it also loses degrees, too. And it's going to hang around for several months in this ninth house into the month of March. So that is significant. That's several months. And it's, Venus in the ninth house. Venus has been in this ninth house. Maybe Mercury in the ninth is you communicating with that individual. If you met somebody from another country, from another race, another culture, it doesn't have to be while you're traveling, but it certainly could have been. You might be talking to them. You might be planning on visiting them. But something is either slowing things down, making second thoughts, who knows, with this retrograde. On the 21st, there's a winter solstice, or, where I am in the Northern Hemisphere, the sun going into Capricorn, into that ninth house, very good for positive thinking and being positive in general. This is Sagittarius's domain, and it can be very, it's Sagittarius's domain. I was getting confused because I was thinking of, in fact, it's in Capricorn for you. But yeah, this is Sagittarius's domain, and it's very tolerant, broad-minded, all of that good stuff. And perfect for this time of year, which is this is a house of religion. So just perfect all the way around. A week later, on the 28th, Jupiter goes into Pisces, a friendly angle to Taurus. Again, this is that 11th house. Now, you have Jupiter going into the same house as Neptune, so definitely there's some kind of connection with spiritual matters, whether you are wanting to become a healer. Yeah, I wonder if it has to do with shamanism. Taurus would be a great sign for shamanic healing because shamanism, takes its cue from indigenous sources. And these earth religions obviously utilize the earth in their rituals and their beliefs about life and the afterlife. And I think that would really resonate with Taurus. It's funny because today I happen to be walking in a neighborhood of Chicago that is, I would say, predominantly Mexican. And there was a, one of those street fairs or whatever you call it, vendors. And I just, like, from a distance, I could see that they had these jackets that are from South America. And a lot of them have these indigenous types of designs, and they're just, like, absolutely gorgeous. And I used to have one, and it's made from alpaca wood. I said wood. Wool, from llama. What do you call it? Fur? I don't know what you call it. And or wool. And it's just like, I've had one before, and I used to call it my shaman jacket, and then I lost it. And so I was able to get a poncho and some other things that were made by probably the indigenous of Ecuador. So that's, that's very appealing to my Taurus rising. And I'm sure that some of you, if you have a desire to become a healer, that that kind of a path might be very appealing to you. So just wanted to share that with you. And I hope that you have a great month. Whoa. Yeah, have a great month. What am I talking about? And if you'd like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.